Right guys, good morning. It is Monday the 29th of June. Can you believe it? It's 2 more days until the end of June and we're past halfway through the year. Goodness me, what's happened to 2020, hey? Reset to 2021. Okay guys, so nice little Monday morning workout for you. We've got lots of pressing, we've got some good running. So we're looking to run hard and we're trying to get those shoulders working today. So what we have is we have a 100-meter run. If you can run 100 meters, we're going to run that 100 meter nice and hard. The harder you run the 100 meters, the more cardiovascular demanding it's going to be, obviously. If you're not running, you do 50 skips, okay, or even, about 50 skips. You want something short and fast. Then we're doing 10 pike push-ups. So if we can do a pike push-up, we can do that. We're going to show you how to do that. Or we're doing a pike, and then we're doing a pike hold, okay, and we're doing 10 rounds. 10 100 meters, 10 pike push-ups, 10 pike holds, 10 rounds. Alrighty, let's look at your options. So 100-meter run, 3, 2, 1, set your clock. You're going to go run out through the door as hard as you can, down the driveway, down to the end of the road, come back in. If you're not running, you're skipping, 50 skips. Come back in. We're going for 10 pike push-ups. So there's a few scaling options we can do here. So if you're not strong enough for a pike push-up, okay, so like an overhead piking push-up, then we do a normal push-up. If you're not strong ugh for a normal push-up, you can do some kind of a plank position. So first option is on the knees, push-up position. So we did a bit of push-ups on Saturday, but we're doing some more today. Stomach nice and tight, chest to floor, push, push up. That's your first option. Stomach tight, press, just a normal push-up. If you can do a strict push-up, hop, do a strict push-up, okay. Pike push-up, we're going to push back through those shoulders. Right, and what we're looking for is to press the arms back, and we're looking to try and get the top of the head to touch between the hands. So from there, press back, touch the top of the head, touch, and press back. 1, top of the head, touch, press back 2, top of the head, touch, press back 3. That's going to be your pike push-up. Right, next one, guys, we're going to go into a pike hold. So the pike hold, all we're looking to do is to try and keep those arms locked out in that overhead position. So from here, I'm going to press back, push back into a pushback position, press, and there's your pike hold position. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to count all the way to 10. So we say at times 10, okay, but we're looking for a 10-second hold. If you want to make it slightly more difficult, take your feet up the wall and do a bit more of an inverted pike hold. That will give you a little bit more work through the shoulders for that overhead lockout position. If you're not comfortable in that overhead locked out position, then what we're going to do is we're going to go into mountain climbers, and from there, hands on the floor, shoulder go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to do 10 each side as an alternating option for that. If you're not comfortable in your shoulders doing a mountain climber, then we do 10 sit-ups. Okay, so butterfly, maybe your shoulders have had enough, and you want to get more work with your tummy, and we're doing 10 chin tucked in butterfly sit-ups. So it's a 100-meter run, it's 10 pike push-ups, okay, or maybe you may scale to a kneeling on the floor push-up, or a strict push-up, or a push-back, and then your pike push-up, and into a pike hold with a strong lockout position. The arms are locked out, or mountain climbers or sit-ups, and we're doing 10 rounds. The goal of the workout is to make those runs as hard as you can. Come back in, work hard, go straight into your shoulder work. Right, have a good lockout. Use that lockout time in that overhead position where you're not moving to catch your breath. Get up, shake your shoulders out, jog to the door, go for a hard run, come back in again. 10 rounds in total time. Okay guys, that's your workout for today, Monday. Stick with us, I'm going to go through the warm-up briefing. Alright guys, so we're going to go out for a 5-minute run, 5-minute skip. If you're skipping today, skip for your warm-up 5 minutes. If you're running today, go for a nice slow 5-minute jog, come back in. Then, the rest of the warm-up, we've got 3 different warm-up intervals that you're going to do. First one's going to be a 100-meter run with 50 skips. Then we're going to go into 10 inchworms with push-ups. We're going to bird pickers, we're going to Cossack squats. Second one, we're going to do a 200-meter run with 100 skips. We're going to do some plank shoulder taps and some over the fence squats. Third one is going to be a 400-meter run, 200 skips, pike push-ups, split leg good mornings. Okay, so there's 3 different intervals. 100 runs are getting longer and longer. You're trying to push the speed on this run a little bit to get you nice and warm for the runnings that are going to come a little bit later. Okay, so first one, 100-meter run. Right, so you're going for your run, coming back in. If you're doing your 50 skips, do your 50 skips. 10 inchworm to push up. So from here, You're going to just go inchworm forward, nice stretch to the hamstrings and the lower back, walk forward, and you're doing one push-up, and push back through the shoulders, and you're walking back up, and roll back up. That's one. And you're doing that 10 times. Nice and slow through the hamstrings, all the way through the floor. If you need to get your knees to the floor for the push-up, get the knees to the floor. Push back for the shoulders for that overhead position. Work that overhead position so you're working on your mobility and your range of movement. Slowly walk the shoulders, hands back up to a stretch the hamstrings, roll back up into a standing position. You're doing 10 of those. Okay, so one inchworm, one push-up. Then we go into bird peckers. You're doing 10 on the one side, 10 on the other side. The bird pecker, what we're looking for, it's like a single leg touch. One hand, one touch, you're going to sit back, you're going to touch, you can feel the hamstrings going to stretch. Stand back up. One, touch. Two, if you need to touch in the middle, that's fine. Press back up. Three, if you can go one movement. Stand all the way up. 4, 5, 6, then do that. Keep the hips nice and square. 10 on the one side, change, 10 on the other side. Then we do alternating Cossack squats. Nice and slow. You're not that warm yet. We haven't done a lot of mobility. So feet are going to be nice and wide into Cossack position. You're going to press back, stretch inside the leg, hips pressing back, press back through. Hips press back, stretch. 2, hips press back, stretch. 3, if you're going sideways, make sure those hips are pressing back far enough. Hips pressing back. 2, hips pressing back. 3, hips pressing back. 4. Okay, those are going to be your Cossack squats, 10 each side. That's going to be your first round. We're already done. 100-meter run, push-ups, bird peckers, Cossack squats. Once you've done that, you're going for a 200-meter run. Try and keep the pace, all right? Only running once. Pick up the pace, make that run a bit faster. Come back, if you're not running, 100 skips. Come back in, we're doing plank shoulder taps. So keeping the body nice and still. Shoulder blades back and down. Shoulders over the top of the hand. Tummy tucked in. Legs nice and straight and feet nice and wide. And what we're looking for is to try and keep this body as still as possible. No shifting from side to side. No rolling of the hips. Touch, 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 touch nice and slow. Engage those obliques. If you're working from the side, try and keep those hips as still as possible. Keep the obliques working. And we're touching, we're touching. 10 plank shoulder taps each side, 20 in total. And then we're doing an air squat up and over the fence. So it's a bit of a squat mobility, but also a hip mobility. So we do a squat, hips back, up, and then over the fence, squat, up, over the fence, squat, knees wide, weight back on the heels, over the fence, So it's a warm-up drill, nice running drill to get the hips warm for your run. Once you've done your 10 plank shoulder taps and your air squats over the fence, you go into your third part, 400-meter run. Slightly longer distance. You have to run harder. It's going to be more cardiovascular demanding. Okay, run as hard as you can. Come back in and we're doing 10 pike push-ups. So now our shoulders are much warmer. We should be able to go into full range and 10 split good morning. So your pike push-ups in your pike position, pressing back, touching the head, pressing back, and you're going through 10 reps for that overhead. If you're not doing a pike push-up, normal push-ups, or knees to the floor push-ups, or if you just feel like you need to do a bit of a pushback, you can do a push-up, knees to floor, chest to floor, push back through the shoulders, stretch, 1, push up, push back to the shoulders, stretch. I'm quite happy if you do 10 of those as an option for a scaling, but still focusing on that overhead movement, increasing your range of movement and building strength in that movement at the same time. That's going to be your pike push-ups, and then we're doing split leg good mornings. So from there, straight leg, one leg in front, one leg back, and you're pushing the hips back to stretch, press. Ooh, you're trying to keep this knee straight and locked out, and this leg straight, locked out. You're going to feel a bit of a stretch to both. Oh, press up 1. Try and keep the chest up. Press. 2, 3, trying to let the back knee bend. Feel it 1 knee to bend. 4, and it's a bit of a mobility drill. 5. You can do it like that, or you can do much more of a split leg. Hips press back. 1. Much more work in the hamstring doing a split leg than doing a normal good morning. If it's not comfortable doing it this way, then just keep your feet together, do a normal good morning or normal stretch, back straight, chest up, hamstrings firing. Okay guys, that'll be the third set of work you've done. Pike push-ups, split leg good mornings. That should get you well and truly warm for the project inversion number 13 that we're doing today, and before you get into the workout. So project inversion session number 13, what we're looking for today is to try and get as much work overhead for time. Okay, and what we're doing is we're walking on the hand. So if we can do a handstand walk, we do a handstand walk. Most of you may not be there yet, so what we do is we're going to try and get that upside down time, and we're still shifting the weight from side to side in that overhead position. We're going to try and do 2 minutes of work. Okay, we're going to rest for a minute, and we're going to try and do a second 2-minute period of work. You may not be able to work the full 2-minute period, but you try and do as much work in that 2-minute period as you can. Okay, so the work's going to look like this. First option is just to do pushbacks, okay, with shoulder taps. Then we do wall walks, and the third one I'll show you is going to be around the worlds, which is with your feet up, either feet on the floor or with your feet up on a box. So the first one is just going to be pushbacks. It's going to press. Well, first one is actually probably just shoulder taps. So if you haven't got great overhead mobility, then what we're going to look for is just to do shoulder taps, touch, and we're doing 2 minutes of shoulder taps. That may be enough work for this shoulder girdle. If we can get overhead and you've got decent range of movement into an overhead position, push back as far as you can, and you're pressing and you're touching 1, 2, and you're working for 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes may feel like a long time, it may end up being a long time. Okay, make sure your palm is okay, make sure your elbow is okay, make sure your wrists are okay, and try and get a full 2 minutes worth of work out of those shoulder taps. The third one is to do wall walks. So we do 2 minutes of wall walks. The trick is to try and keep moving here because it starts getting a little bit more cardiovascularly demanding, right? So from here, hips press back, press, and you're walking all the way up, and you walk up as high as you can. If you only get to there, then that's fine. Walk back down, just to floor, push back up, walk through the arms, walk your feet up a bit more, up, walk back down. 2. If you can, take your feet all the way up the wall, get your chest and your head to the wall, then do a chest and the head to wall in that overhead position for a full wall walk. Next thing I'm going to show you is an around the world with your feet on the floor. So from here, we're going to do the first one with the feet on the floor, and the trick is to try and have your body pivot with your feet staying in the same place. So we're going to start, my feet together in the same place, and all I'm doing is keeping an overhead position. I want to work 2, 3, try and move your feet around until you get to the full circle, and you go back around the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way back, and you can see quite a bit of work happening in the shoulders. The third one is to put your feet up either on a table, something you can go all the way around. So if you've got a box, you can use a box. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your box, and you're going to put it, and then we're going to pivot all the way around around the world. So you're going to start, feet up, get your hips up over the top of the shoulders as much as possible, and we're walking 1, 2, 3, keep working 4, all the way around, hips up in the air still, shoulders over the top of the hands. Woo. Shake the hands out, go back, feet up on the box, go all the way around the other way. Do as many circles as you can in 2 minutes. Give yourself 2 minutes rest and do it again for 2 minutes. Maybe if you're not doing boxes, you're doing wall walks all the way up. If you're not doing wall walks, feet on the floor maybe. Otherwise just do pushbacks and shoulder taps. And that's your project inverted session number 13 for today. Okay? Then, once you've done all of that, we're going to prep for the workout. So decide, are you going to do pike push-ups? Give yourself a few pike push-ups to make sure the shoulders is warm. Give yourself a 15-second plank, 2 or 3 rounds. I think once you've done all of this work here, the shoulders will be nice and warm. And then choose how you can do the workout. 100-meter run it nice and hard. If you're going to skip pike push-ups, you're doing full pike push-ups, or you're doing some kind of a push-up with a pushback, or you're just doing strict push-ups, or you're doing push-ups with the knees on the floor. And your pike hold, are you holding, pressing out? Are you doing mountain climbers? Are you doing sit-ups? If you feel like you need to give your shoulders a bit of a break in between all of this, do your sit-ups and mountain climbers here, right? 10 rounds. And that is your Monday, 29th of June workout. Have an awesome week. We'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday.